Take a deep breath, Chargers fans. Sparks are in the air tonight. A move that flips the board, and a warning that could redefine our launch. 3 decisions are enough to light up the division. A 4th one might change the conversation league-wide. A big name is on the hot seat, a young piece is under pressure, and a veteran could become the symbol of something bigger. What does that say about Harbaugh's philosophy? And how does it reshape Herbert's plan? Stick with me from start to finish. You won't believe what we've got today. So grab a seat, hit like, and let's jump straight in. Picture a chess match where your opponent moves 3 pieces at once, and you lose your breath for a second. That's exactly how it felt when an audacious proposal surfaced. One that, if it happens, would reorganize priorities, change how we protect our QB, and tilt the balance of power in the West. The first reaction? Equal parts excitement and nerves. Why? Because raw talent is in play, reputations are at stake, and there's a crystal clear philosophy about building from the trenches. And let's be honest, when the line changes, the entire offensive plan gets redrawn. Here's the story. ESPN's Bill Barnwell mapped out a 3-team trade between the Cardinals, Giants, and Chargers. On paper, the Giants land a 2027 7th rounder via Los Angeles. The Chargers get OL Evan Neal and a 2026 5th round pick from Arizona, and the Cardinals take WR Quentin Johnston. That's not just any shuffle. We're talking about 2 former first-rounders who haven't hit their ceilings yet, and a head coach who values a rugged, identity-setting offensive line above everything. From the Chargers' perspective, the logic is straightforward. With Rashawn Slater out, the O-line depth cratered, and the margin for error tightened. Interested? Neal, despite a rocky run in New York, still brings rare traits, length, raw power, and the mobility to win angles, plus a bargain-level cap hit around $1.1 million this season. In Los Angeles, he can be molded at right tackle or even slide inside to guard, reducing one-on-one islands and maximizing the downhill gap scheme power football Jim Harbaugh loves. The practical result: a more respected play-action game, a more efficient run attack, and fewer unnecessary hits on Herbert. Breathe for a second and think about that ceiling. The cost? Moving on from Johnston. That stings. The upside is real. His frame creates windows few defenders can close, but inconsistency in key moments and a recent concussion cooled confidence. Sum up the current structure. With young targets building chemistry with Herbert and the staff prioritizing reliability on 3rd down, the fight for snaps would only get tighter. Trading him now would be an admission that the fit wasn't ideal, and that splits the fan base. Some see invested capital walking out the door. Others see pragmatic urgency from a team trying to win right now. What about the other sides? For the Cardinals, it lines up with the plan to give Kyler Murray more tools. Johnston in the slot, competing with Greg Dortch, thriving on crossers and screens, could unlock Yak and ease pressure on 3rd and short, vital for a team evolving under Jonathan Gannon in year 3. The Giants would turn the page on Neal, cut out the noise, and recoup an asset, even if modest, while stepping away from a pricey decision under technical uncertainty. In the end, the question is simple and uncomfortable. Is it worth sacrificing perimeter potential to better protect Herbert and fast-track the physical identity Harbaugh wants? If the answer is yes, the message to the division is loud and clear. We plan to win with smart, punishing football. And that wasn't even the day's most surprising development. There's nothing that hits a fan base harder than hearing a respected voice echo what we're already feeling. And this time it wasn't just anyone. Super Bowl MVP Julian Edelman decided to speak his mind about Harbaugh's Chargers. He was at camp, saw up close what's being built, and dropped a take that's bold and provocative. In his view, this team has a real shot to dethrone the Chiefs and take the AFC West. That line alone sent shockwaves through the community. Edelman's logic is solid. First, flipping 5-12 to 11-6 in a single season proves the culture shock landed immediately. Harbaugh imposed discipline, a physical identity, and a style that restored belief in every unit. Now in year 2, the team takes the field with his mentality stitched into its DNA. Second, there's a roster blending ascending youth with veterans at key spots. The quarterback is still climbing, protected by a more coherent scheme, and the backfield additions Omarion Hampton via the draft and Najee Harris in free agency bring versatility and answers. Edelman didn't stop there. He spotlighted Ladd McConkey. The wideout Chargers fans already compare to him. The parallel is obvious. Both thrive on short area quickness, precision in the underneath game, and clutch reliability. When a champion points to a second-year receiver and says, "I can't wait to see the jump," that's not empty praise. It's the read of someone who's lived that curve and knows what special looks like. That vote of confidence raises expectations and builds an emotional bond with McConkey before the season even kicks off. And it's not just offense. Edelman made it clear he's watching to see who steps up on defense, but you could hear the natural excitement about the revamped attack. And that connects to a crucial point to take the Chiefs' crown. It's not enough to slow Mahomes. You need an offense with the stamina to answer back. With another year of timing, efficient play action, and a steady run game, the recipe is there. The wrinkle days. Opening night is against the Chiefs in Brazil on Friday, September 5. There's no better stage to prove this isn't theory, it's real. So yes, Edelman struck the match and now the fan base is split between measured patience and full-blown hype. Is it fair to dream this big right now? Or should we wait to see if this team is truly ready to rearrange the division's pecking order? What's certain is the expectation level just spiked and this still isn't the most explosive storyline on deck. Sometimes you don't need an insider to break news. The fan base can feel the tension. That's exactly what happened when Tony Jefferson decided to play with a single scissors emoji on social media. One tiny detail and alarms went off. Did the veteran who revived his career under Harbaugh just hint he's out of the final 53? The internet erupted and the mystery deepened when Jefferson fired off a few cryptic replies. Here's the dilemma. Jefferson isn't just another guy. At 33, he came out of retirement, returned under Harbaugh, and delivered a strong preseason, quick processing, clean angles, veteran instincts showing there's still juice left. But the crunch is mathematical. The Chargers have Darian James, who can roam into nickel, Aloisi Gilman, Elijah Molden, and the breakout of RJ Mickens, who stole the show at camp. With so many options and limited seats, someone's gonna lose a chair when the music stops. Mix the cold calculus of cuts with the emotion of the fan base and the hit lands hard. The reaction came fast. Many called it unfair to see Jefferson on the bubble, especially given his locker room presence and the spark he brought last year. Others went pragmatic. The NFL is a ruthless replacement game, and keeping a vet can cost a young player's development runway. That tug of war between heart and logic only cranked up the anticipation over how the front office would handle the decision. And there's more. If the Chargers truly move on, don't expect Jefferson to sit on the street. Plenty of teams hunting defensive reinforcements will notice, especially after seeing him trend up last season. The possibility of him contributing to another contender adds drama for LA fans who not only fear losing him, but watching him shine against the team that gave him a second act. Of course, it could all be a bluff, a social media wink. Jefferson's charismatic, knows how to drive engagement, and understands how a single post can pour gasoline on the discourse. But that's the pain of suspense. Nobody exhales until the official 53 drops. And if it's real, it's another sign that Harbaugh won't hesitate to reshape the roster, even if it ruffles part of the fan base. While we process that drama, the internal fire gets even hotter. If things were already heated, the backfield just turned into a minefield. The draft delivered Omarion Hampton, a raw talent out of North Carolina, used to carrying an offense and punishing defenses with burst and quick gap reads. That alone set the stage for a real competition. Then fate spiced it up. Najee Harris, brought in to fortify the rotation, missed most of the offseason after that 4th of July fireworks incident. In that vacuum, Hampton grew into the role. Practice after practice, preseason game after preseason game, he flashed mature vision and an NFL-ready frame. Fans started asking the question, did Jim Harbaugh find not just a rotational piece, but his immediate RB1? The buzz grew with every snap. His checkdown chemistry with Justin Herbert added another layer of trust. And let's be real, in a Harbaugh offense where the run game isn't a complement, its identity, that role carries double the weight. Of course, Najee's return can't be ignored. The vet brings a workload resume and steady hands on third down, leadership too. But the truth is, his absence opened a door. And when a rookie seizes the moment, NFL history tells us that door rarely swings shut. What was supposed to be a complementary duo became, in practice, a head-to-head for who powers the ground game in Week 1. The fan base is split. Some preach caution, don't rush it, let Hampton grow without the weight of the world. Others demand immediate boldness. If he's the guy, let him be the guy now. The media's already projecting fantasy impact, turning Hampton into a sleeper because of the potential volume from jump. For Harbaugh, it's a coach's dream. Two backs with different styles, ready to keep the offense unpredictable and grind down defenses. The big unknown? How quickly Najee recaptures rhythm, and whether the staff leans on experience or bets on youth's energy. Either way, the message is the same. The Chargers have depth and options at a position that can swing games against direct rivals. And when that choice gets settled on the field, the entire division feels the aftershock. After that roller coaster, there's just enough room for one last jolt of focus and fire. Think about it. We broke down a gutsy trade concept that could redefine Herbert's protection. Heard a Super Bowl champ stake a claim that the Chargers can knock off the Chiefs, felt the emotions of a beloved veteran, possibly on the wrong side of the final cut, and tracked a fierce backfield battle that could be the key to a dominant 2025 ground game. So here's the question. Does this mix of courage, tension, and renewal already put the Chargers on a different tier? Or is there still one missing piece to truly flip the AFC on its head? I want your take in the comments. Smash like, share with a fellow fan, and subscribe because we ride for the Bolts every single day, no apologies.